This is your weekly moment of growth. You have to serve yourself before worrying about anybody else. I talk about this often. I talk about not being able to pour from an empty cup. But to what extreme do we have to do this? To what extreme do we have to put our feelings first before anybody else's? What kind of painful choices do we need to make? What kind of relationships do we have to cut off in order to make sure that our cup is full, in order to serve the life that we want to lead? Part of my journey that I don't share that often, but I have shared once or twice, is that when I was 20 years old, I decided to cut my dad out of my life. And I cut him out of my life because he wasn't serving the life that I wanted to live. I wanted to live with a positive mindset. I wanted to constantly look at the world as something magnificent. And my dad at that time was very negative, and he was kind of, between us all, he was kind of a jerk. And so I decided it was in my best interest for my life to stop talking to him. Now, did I think it was going to last 7.5 years? No, but it was necessary. And I talk to so many people on a regular basis being like, you know, your family is the negative root of your life right now. And they're like, yeah, but they're my family. But look, you at this point as an adult are more important than your family. Yes, they took care of you. Yes, they raised you, and hopefully you had a great childhood. But if they're not serving you now, you have to make a choice. Now, before I cut my dad out of my life, I had a conversation with him, and nothing changed. It wasn't like I just abruptly, without him knowing, just cut him out, right? But nothing changed, and I had to make the change. And so now I will share that I'm very, very close with my dad. I was the best man at his wedding, and we have an amazing relationship. And actually, him and I sat down probably about 2 years ago at this point, and we both were like, the fact that I decided to cut him out of my life was the greatest thing for both of us, because we were both able to move on and heal and reflect and understand the things that we were bringing into relationships that weren't healthy. And that was both of us. Because sometimes, look, we realize that, yes, our family is toxic at times, or our friends are toxic, but we also lead into that by allowing it. And so my dad and I had a great conversation and talked about how that was one of the greatest things in our lives, and we wouldn't have the relationship now if it weren't for me cutting that off. Was it easy? No. Was it necessary? Yes. And so I'm not saying go cut your family out of your life, but what I'm saying is get uncomfortable. Make the right choices for yourself, even if it's going to hurt somebody else's feelings. Yeah, you don't want to hurt them, beyond repair, but look, you come first. And sometimes in that pain is growth. And sometimes in that pain, relationships heal and get better. And so I want you to do an honest reflection in your life of what is serving you and what is not serving you. And then ask yourself, can it be fixed? Can that relationship, can that habit, can that thing be fixed? And if it can't, get rid of it. You need to make better choices for yourself in order to live the life that you want. When I'm on my deathbed, I'm not going to reflect back and be like, man, I really wish I had those 7.5 years back. I will reflect back and say, thank God I had a healthy relationship with my father as an adult. And so what can you do right now that you won't regret the day you die? How do you heal the wounds? How do you grow? And how do you get better? Sometimes that is through pain. And so I challenge you right now to make the hard decisions to make sure that your cup is full. I challenge you to make the hard decisions to make sure that you're living the life that you are meant to live. We only get one of these. And so stop living your life for other people. Start living your life for you.